This is sort of a relatively somber video. I think out of sheer respect it requires high definition. For those of you who haven't been living under a rock, Margaret Thatcher's passed away. Now, some of you mightn't have known, you might be too young to know what this woman done and who she was and all that. Quite simply, Britain for many years had been under a leftist Labour government. They had nationalised industries that weren't going too well, and just in an effort to save people's jobs, they had a real welfare state mentality. They just they're actually paying money to keep these industries they bought alive. Things were going so bad that they were referred to the economy as it was in stagflation, which is a combination of inflation and economic stagnation at the same time. All this welfare state shenanigans and buying out all these industries and nationalising them, and these industries were going backwards, all this was all paid for on borrowed money. Sounded a little bit like another country, doesn't it? And they literally, with this government, this leftist Labour government was in for years, and they done all this and bought the country within 1 year of going bankrupt. 1 year of going bankrupt. That's a pretty sad state for the government of Britain, who, so I'm told, owned or controlled 1/4 of the surface of the earth at one point in time, was then 1 year off bankruptcy at a later date. They've gone from being so big during the days of the British Empire to we're 1 year off bankruptcy. Fortunately, Margaret got in, I believe in 1979, and saved the place from bankruptcy. She made a lot of hard decisions and a lot of people didn't like them, but she knew what it was to live within her means. She also was targeted by the IRA. They put a bomb in a multi-storey hotel, a very fancy hotel, where they had some party conference thingy, yearly get together, the party's party or whatever. And on the actual night though, she stayed in a different room. She was still awake when the front of this multi-storey hotel blew off. Her being the target, it killed about 4 people, I think, at least. But she was still awake at the time. When the cops got on the scene and all that, she went to bed and slept after the explosion. She slept for 2 hours and then woke up and went out and made a press conference and said to the press, "This will not change us. We're going to continue on as we have already been going." And that was that. And she was dubbed the Iron Lady from there on out. The Russians actually gave her the name the Iron Lady. But yeah, rest in peace, Margaret. You were an inspiration, and you were one of the few politicians, aside from maybe Ron Paul, who knew how to handle money and live within their means. R.I.P.